Hello YouTube, AshenFallTF2 here, and today I thought I would record a video showing you how I made the frag video. Now, this is going to be really basic and I'm not going to go into what I did with Sony Vegas. I might make that as a little bit better. This is going to be the basics of how to record your demo clips. Now, first off, what you want to do is open up your web browser and go to this website up here. This is code.google.com/p/Lawena recording tool. This was made by Monitz. Version 3.0 is the latest version. It's a very useful tool. What it allows you to do essentially is record images of your computer when you are opening up a demo file, and it will basically, instead of recording it into a video file, it will record lots of pictures and lots of audio files. Now, what you're going to start off by doing is heading over to the Lawena recording tool version 3.raw. Click on that, it'll take you to this page, hit download. It'll ask you to save it somewhere. I actually have a folder set up here on my desktop, Lawena. So that's going to start downloading. Excuse my horrible internet. And while you're here, we're going to go to virtualdub.org. We're also going to download this. So if you hit downloads, VirtualDub at SourceForge, second, and you'll want to get whichever version is corresponding to your operating system. I use 64-bit, so I'm going to download 64-bit. So just leave this to download. Save it in Lawena. As you can see, Lawena recording tool is now downloaded, as is VirtualDub. So if we just minimize this, open up the Lawena folder, here we are. So if you select those two, we can right click and extract each archive to a separate folder. I am using WinRAR to do this. The link for that will be in the description, as with links to these two websites. First off, let's see. If I load up my Steam apps folder, as you can see, I have a lot of demos. So to make this easier, I'm going to use one that I've already got the specific part for. So I will be using this demo here, fags.dem, which is actually one from Saphira, so thank you Saphira for providing this to me. This was seen, a couple of the frags from here were on the video, which was released a couple of days ago. So what we're going to do is we are going to open up Lawena, click Lawena recording tool. First things first, before you do anything, go into config, hit recording.cfg, edit this. I'm using Notepad++, you can use Notepad, it's fine, and we're going to get a Chris config, which most of you will probably be familiar with. If you aren't, Chris's config is a config that you can put into your game which will help speed it up. I personally don't use them, but it's used in this. So we're going to scroll down until we see Mat Q mode, which is at line 193. If it's a bit different, just look around there. It'll be under the threading part. Now, by default, this is -1. If you get crashes, which I do when using this tool, if you delete those two and change it to 0, it should be fine. So, just close that. Now we can go back up to Lawena recording tool. And if you double click lwrt.exe, it will open up this. Now what it'll ask you to do is choose your TF directory. So it should navigate you straight to your Steam folder. You just hit Steam Apps, your username, Team Fortress 2, TF, and hit open. Then it'll ask you to choose a directory to store your movie files. Well, I already have one set up in my documents, which is called TGA. Now you can put this wherever you want again. So now that that's done, this window will pop up. What this does is it sets all of the settings that you'll have for when you're recording your videos. So the resolution you can edit, you can even choose custom resolution if your monitor is a higher resolution than 1080p, but you can use the presets. If you want to use the custom resolution, you hit that and the boxes become editable. But I'm going to stick with 720. Frame rate can go up to 3840 or a custom one. I normally stick with 240, but again you can use a custom one. Quality you can pick and choose. View model FOV, the maximum is 70. You can enable motion blur, which will obviously add motion blur. Disable crosshair switching in demos. What that will do is disable when, say for instance, you have a flashing crosshair. That will disable it and also stop you from switching crosshairs in the demo. Disable combat text will disable the damage indicators that you get in the game. So whenever you do some damage, it will say minus and then a number. That will be disabled. Domination, revenge sounds, that's pretty obvious. Voice chat, if you've got a demo and it's recorded voice chat, you can disable this. Disable crosshair, which will turn off the crosshair completely. Disable announcer voice. Well, that will stop things like mission begins in 5 seconds and things like that. Disable hit sounds, pretty self-explanatory. And disable Steam Cloud, which will stop people from sending messages to you. If you do get a message, it won't be added into the pictures like it normally would be. So I'm actually going to disable everything here and enable motion blur. And if you hit save settings, that will save the settings. Now, let's come over to this part here in this corner. So we have HUD here. HUD, you get none with kill notices. That will disable everything apart from kill notices. Medic, as it says, it will show you when you get hit points, uber charge, and when you capture points. Full will show the whole HUD like it normally would. And custom HUD is where you can install your own HUD. There's a tutorial to that in the wiki on the website, which is here, not this one. Let's go back a bit. The wiki, and then some examples there. They'll be in there. There's also a guide on the main part there. So now what we're going to do is go over the skyboxes. Now skyboxes, you can choose different skybox other than the ones built in. So default, obviously you don't see anything. Real sky preview, that's what the real skybox looks like. Real sky 3, that's that one. Sky 27, you get gist. So you can pick one. I either go with default or Real Sky 1. I like them both. I'll stick with default. And view models you can turn off, on, or the default. So that there's also the VDM tab where you can browse for the demo file you've already got saved. So if we have a look, fags.dem, I can input a starting tick and an ending tick, add, and when I type in the command play demo and then the name fags, hit enter, it will automatically start recording. Now this will be a separate tutorial I'll do later on, but at the time being, we can just hit start Team Fortress 2. So Team Fortress 2 will load for me. My colour scheme is going to change because that's what I've got it set to do. So TF2 is going to load up in my specified settings. Just give it a second. Close that. Make that hide. And it's going to be very loud. So just turn that down. Just turn that down for the time being, you won't need to hear that. So what we're going to do is, if you have a look, it's using the Chris config, it'll be like normal TF2. Now what you do is you type in play demo and pick a demo. So I have my fags demo. If I hit play, my demo will open up in a couple of seconds, I should hope. Just wait for this to load. May take a while. It's just how the game works. It's trying to load up a whole game from a sixes match. So depending on the size will depend on how long it takes. Plus the fact I'm recording will mean it takes a while as well. So, just wait for this. And here we are. So what we can do is if you press Shift and F2, this will load up the demo playback tab. We can pause it right here. So now you have the demo playback menu. Now let's jump to a tick. Normally you'd watch through this once and go to the specified tick that you want. So I'm just going to go over to my tick, which I have as 51500. So we hit go to and just wait for this to load up. Here we are. So as you can see, it will get you very close. Now what you want to do is if you hit resume, as you can see that's popped up. That won't happen when you're recording. I will hit resume, close this and press P, and as you can see your game will slow down dramatically and the sound will glitch up a bit. Now after this has correctly rendered out, as you can see there's going to be lots of stickies. We'll just do the demo and the medic. So here he comes in, shoots the sticky, and the medic should walk into it and kaboom! Medic blows up. So if you hit P again, time will speed back up. Hit pause, and you can now stop the demo. You can then proceed to click quit. Just click yes here. So that will quit, and now we have come back to our window eventually. Just giving it time to load up. Here we go. So that's done, and give time for my screen to refresh, and we're back at the Lawena. So if we minimize game booster razor, what can you do, eh? So if I actually open up my folder here on my other monitor, I can do that, you know. So just close the TF directory. Okay, maybe that's not going to work. Right, if we go to the TGA folder, now you will see a lot of pictures. So what we're going to do is that we are going to open these picture files in VirtualDub. So let's go back to the Lawena folder, go into VirtualDub, and run it. So this is what you'll be presented by. And what you want to do, you want to go to Open, and I already have my folders to open in here. You'll have to navigate to your folder, and what you want to do is you want to hit A1_0000.tga, hit Open. It will scan for the other pictures, and as you can see, it's our little clip where we got the demo and the medic. So what you'll want to do here is a multiple set of things. First we'll go to video and you'll click on frame rate. Now, you click on change frame rate to FPS, and you want to put the same number in here that you did when you set your FPS in Lawena. So remember how I set mine to 240? Well, that's what I've got to put in here. Hit OK. Next, what you want to do is colour depth. Now, I don't know why you have to do this, but I heard it makes it look nicer. So, on here, it will have this at 24, this auto-select, hit 32, and then hit OK. Just something I heard you had to do. So, compression, what you'll want to do is pick a lossless codec. I use Lagarith lossless codec, configured to pretty much the defaults. If you don't have this, I'll find the link for you and put it in the description. But if you don't and you have another lossless codec that you like to use, feel free to pick it from here. Hit OK, and now the video is set up correctly. Now what you want to do is hit audio, source audio, not source audio, sorry, audio from another file. Then you'll want to navigate to where you have your picture saved, and there will be an A1 underscore, which is the A1 will match the TGA file. So hit open, and if you dub through this, as you can see, the sound matched up perfectly. Now, if it doesn't, there is a way to fix it. If you go to audio and interleaving, use this. Only edit this bottom part, so you can delay the audio track by a certain amount of milliseconds. So you use positive if it's too early, negative if it's too late. So because ours lines up perfectly, I'm not going to do that. Just keep it as it is, and then once you've done that, you do save as AVI and save it where you want. You can change the name here, it doesn't matter what you put. So I'm going to save it as A1 underscore 0000 AVI. So I'm going to hide the input and output video, and I'm going to turn the speed up to the highest for the priority limit. And as you can see, that's almost done. And that's it. So now, if you close this and go to where you saved your videos, so I saved mine in my videos box. Here is my A1. It is 749 megabytes, 731 megabytes. Do not open this and try to watch it. It will be horrifically laggy and will probably not work. To do so, what you want to do is open up Sony Vegas. Just loading it up now. It's on my other monitor, so you won't see that, of course, but and here we are. So I just drag this on here. Oops, ignore all missing files and leave them offline. So that's actually the project file for lights, which is the frag video that you have watched. So if I do new, and then what I can do is project media tab, import A1, and here we have it. Now if we paste it in here and hit the play button, there you go. So that's the footage. So if we go to the start, the preview is horrible, but if I do best and full, we can watch it. Be horribly laggy, as you can see. So best not to do that, but I think we can scroll through it. So you can hear the audio. You can edit the volume here as well. And most of you will probably want to use effects as well. Now, I used some effects on the last video which were not normally used. Actually, I used an increased contrast on one of them and played about with the settings a bit, so I kind of heightened that and lowered that a bit, and it looks like this. So if we go to preview auto. As you can see, it does that. You can also instead use a bright and brights effect, which will, if we move this up, whoops, and pull this back, it will look like this. Now, I don't like either of those effects, so I'll just use the brightness, bright brights. And it just looks a bit brighter. So you can pick and choose which other video effects you want to use, but that's the ones I'll use. That's it really. If we bring in another version of this, now the transitions that I did, I actually, if you drag a clip down and move it over like so, to where you see a little pink bar, if you let go and play this, see, it'll kind of, it'll transition into it. So if we mute this a second, you can just watch from the beginning. So it plays, kill the medic, and then it transitions again, which is what I used. So feel free to do that whenever you want, and you can separate them if you want. But that's how I did the transitions. Now, eventually I'm going to get into the more advanced stuff, but as of what I'm doing, that's all I can really help you with. My projects are automatically set up to be in 1920 by 1080, and then I render out in 720, just because it gives that bit extra quality. But if you right click, you can insert audio and video tracks. So if I insert text here, put lights, and select the font I used, slide down, and it should look like this, which is what I used. And yeah, that's it. Then you can put some music down there and then clip it. So that's it for today. That's my little tutorial of how I made it. I just put loads of clips in, mashed them all together, added a couple of effects, tweaked the curves a bit, and that's basically how I did it. So I'll do a VDM tutorial hopefully next week, maybe later on this week. But yeah, this is how I did it pretty much. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.